I'm just mucking out. But oh my God, my depression and anxiety is really getting on top of me at the minute, and I keep on like going over lots of different things in my head all the time. But I just wanted to share with you guys kind of where I'm at. So I'll keep on saying this until I'm blue in the face. But I'm not, the whole point of my vlogs is to just purely spread awareness. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming previous farriers. I'm not blaming previous saddle fitters. I'm not blaming previous owners. I'm not blaming anybody for, and I'm not blaming myself for where Arthur is at the moment. I just think it's bad luck. But there is a total knowledge deficit, which is improving. The internet is a big and powerful thing. And scientists, farriers, vets, so the likes of vet like Sue Dyson, farrier, I suppose, Yogi Sharp, and the lowly farrier, they're all passionate about providing scientific evidence and learning and spreading awareness, and that's what I want to do, but I want to do it from an owner to an owner perspective, and trying to help you guys as much as I can to spread the knowledge that I've got. I know that a lot of my friends say that I research things until I'm blue in the face before I make any decisions. And I just want to try. I just want to try and help. I just want to try and share my experiences, share what I've learned, just to try and help prevent what has happened to me happens to anybody else, and then obviously subsequently happens to their horses. Like Arthur is a completely different horse from when I first had him, and it's just been a lot of different things that have contributed to these issues. But the more awareness that can be spread, I do think that there is like a tipping point with this, so more and more people are paying more attention, because at the end of the day, if a horse is struggling, it's going to be expensive later on down the line. Like, it's costing me an absolute fortune with Arthur, and this could have all been prevented from different things. So I suppose Arthur is a big heavy boy, so to be honest, he probably shouldn't have been jumping, and he probably shouldn't have been doing what he was doing from the moment that he was broken in to like since I've had him. So he probably shouldn't have been jumping at all. I would have I think he's probably had quite a lucky escape, really, but he shouldn't have done as much as what he should have. Like, I just got excited because he was my first horse, and you know, he'd done all these things beforehand, so I thought he was capable. I had no idea that a horse's skeletal system doesn't fully fuse till the age of 6, and the back being the last thing. No idea. But this is just new research that's coming out, I guess, and I just think, as I said in the Horse and Hound article, knowledge is power. And if you have this knowledge, you can take it to a 5-stage vet, and you can be part of that process. You don't have to fully trust every professional. I suppose sometimes you can't see for seeing, right? So people, vets and things like that, might miss things now and again because they do it day in and day out. I know I was a scientist before I moved and started looking after a holiday cottage, and sometimes I would miss things, and some of my work colleagues would make the point. Sometimes when you do something day in and day out, that's what happens. It's fine. But I'm a strong believer in that an owner should be involved, and professionals should allow their owners to be involved. So I do like to take a particular interest in Arthur's shoes now. I like to pay a particular interest in his saddle fitting, and I hope that obviously professionals don't get offended by that. I'm just generally taking an interest because I want Arthur to get better, but I want Arthur to be as comfortable as he can be. And I just think owners should be a bit more proactive in that respect. Arthur, I've accepted that this is just the way it is now, so he'll probably, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get him back to some hacking, pleasure rides and just low-level cross-country, because it's just something that me and Arthur really enjoy. But I know that my eventing aspirations are over with him. But if I do go looking for another horse in the future, I doubt I will because I'm totally scarred by this experience. But if I did, I would be heavily involved in the vetting this time. And to be honest, I'd probably get the bloods done, and I'd probably get the back x-rayed if I'm honest, as well as the hooves. Just as a precaution to know where I'm at, kind of thing. But that's just my personal thing. I'm not saying for everybody to go out and do that, but I do generally think it's important to be proactive and to be watching and asking questions with the vet. I didn't even go down to the vetting for Arthur, which to me, for me personally, it was a mistake. I should have gone down. But you live and learn in life, don't you? But yeah, I've got no specific updates on Arthur. It's just I'm questioning whether vlogging is the right thing to do because my depression and my anxiety is absolutely through the roof. But I'm just trying to remember why I'm doing it. I just want to try and help, just to help provide support to owners, because sometimes I think when you get into when you start to like open up your eyes a bit into the equestrian community, I feel like it's a bit of a lonely place because I feel like sometimes people just think you're a pain. But I've noticed the differences in Arthur, and he is so happy to see me. He is so friendly, and I can see the spark in his eyes, which I've not really seen before, kind of thing. So I know that what I'm doing and the decisions that I'm making, my gut is telling me that these are the right things for him. My husband did ride him yesterday because, again, I keep on stressing until I'm blue in the face. The injections are for still the diagnostic, so I'm not rehabbing yet. I'm not going through that process yet. It's specifically to diagnose the issue. So I think a lot of people do just jump into surgery, jump into rehab, whereas sometimes I think we need to just sit back and just really process what's actually going on, because I was going to have his kissing spines operated on, but after riding him, after his first injections for a few weeks, I did notice that there was just, even though he was drastically improved, I still felt that there was something not right. And I was right, because the bone scan showed up that it went a bit deeper. So the facet joint arthritis is a problem. And I think he's had about a week where he's been ridden. And my husband rode him yesterday, and he said he took him for a canter, and he's never cantered the way he did before. And canter has always been the biggest problem with Arth. So my husband is seeing a massive difference. So I'm just going to keep on going with that for another 2 weeks and see if there are any changes or whether he just keeps on improving. And obviously if he does, then this is our problem. But I'm convinced it is anyway. Just because of how he is. So but I just think it's important to take your time with these things, just to make sure that you get the proper diagnosis before you really form a plan. So yeah, I think probably the end of November, beginning of December, I'll probably speak to my vet, and then really try and talk about a plan. And then I'm just going to have to sit back and really have a good think. But Arthur's back muscles are actually really good, so you can't see his spine. He's got muscle on either side. I have, since 2019, I guess, I've done rehab type stuff with him anyway. It's just kind of become part of our life, because he was diagnosed with back pain in 2019 and I'm soft. So I've seen the equilibrium massage pads that a lot of people are raving about. So I'm not fully sure if I used to put a water bottle on his back. It's so funny. But it helped. So yeah, but they're expensive, and I'm just spending so much money on vet's bills at the minute. I just don't really have the money. But yeah, that is something I plan to get in. But I've just done pretty much, because rehab, I think, is just, rehab type work is just something that's going to be part of our life. I did his exercises yesterday, so his stretches, and I've noticed that he finds it so easy to stretch now. And when I do the carrot stretches where he bends his neck to each side, his back muscles would go into a bit of a spasm, whereas they're not doing that now. So I'm assuming that that facet joint was probably still causing him a little bit of discomfort when I was asking him to bend, and maybe that was why it was doing that, but that's not happening now. So that's something that I've noticed. These are just all subtle things with Arth. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. But yeah, I'm totally rambling on, but like I said, my depression and anxiety is through the roof right now, and I'm really stressed, and I'm questioning whether I should be vlogging at all. But hopefully it is helping you guys out. And I'll just kind of keep going, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that I'm really not blaming anybody. I've got no resentment towards anybody, anyone or anything. My main priority is Arthur and getting him okay, for the things that hopefully he can do. He's full of life. You would never think anything was wrong. He's totally fine. He's totally keen. Like, Arthur will tell me when he's not happy. It'll be subtle things, but he tells me. Whereas at the moment he's just so full of life, which is so nice to see. But yeah, my main priority is just him and spreading awareness and trying to help other people and provide some support, because like I said, I think the equestrian world is a very lonely place when you start to question things, which is how I kind of feel. But I will question things for the welfare of my horse. I'm not going to just go along with something just because I'm frightened of pissing anyone off. But yeah. So thank you very much. And my next vlog, I think, is going to be about saddle fit, which I've had so much fun with. But I do love my my current saddles, and I think Arthur does as well. There's just nothing like just putting a saddle on a horse and just getting pleasure about placing it on them. It's so nice that something just slots into place. I love it. Especially after like 2 years of like a nightmare and 2 years with saddles. But yeah, so thanks.